May I kindly request Dr. Rama Bhargava Madam, Professor Department of Mathematics and Dean Administration IIT Roorkee, Uttarakhand, India to kindly chair this session. Thank you, Madam. May I now request Professor Takeshi Matsuda, Associate Professor Hanan University, Matsubra, Japan to present his paper. Welcome, sir. Kindly please present.
Hello, I'm Takeshi Matsuda of Hannan University. I'm Takeshi Matsuda
Hannan University
of Hannan
is
University
located
in Osaka
Hannan
Prefecture
University
in
is
Japan.
located in Osaka Prefecture
The
in Japan.
presentation title
And
of my
the
study is
presentation title
Data Analysis
of my
by
study
Toriquidia.
is Data Analysis by
This
Toriquidia.
is the contents of this talk.
Firstly,
This is
I'm
the
going to talk
contents
about
of
the
this talk.
motivation of this study.
Firstly, I'm going to talk
about
about
the motivation
we
of
treat
this study.
the field of
We treat
topological
the
data analysis.
field of
So,
topological data analysis.
I'd like to
So,
talk about the definition of topology.
I'd like
Torquillas.
to talk about
And
the definition of
finally,
topology and Torquillas.
I'd like to show
And
you some
finally,
example of
I'd
data
like to
analysis.
show you some example of data analysis.
Now, let me talk about the motivation.
Now,
this study.
let me talk about the motivation of this
Topological
study.
data analysis is one of the fields
Topological
of
data analysis is one of the fields
polygons
of
features
data analysis
and
using polygons features
topological invariant
such as
topological
invariant
homology group
such as
topological
homology
invariant
group.
but
Topological invariant
distinguish polygons
topological invariant
as
cannot
follows.
distinguish polygons as follows.
So, in the field of topological
So,
data
in
analysis,
the field of
persistence
topological
homology,
data analysis,
is used.
persistence homology
persistent homology
is used
can capture
because
the future of
persistent
polygons
homology
more
can
in
capture
detail than
the
normal
future of
homology.
polygons more in detail than normal homology.
Persistent homology reconfigure the
Persistent
by
homology
closeness of
reconfigure
the
the
vertices.
by closeness of
like
the distance
this
between the
example.
vertices, like this
But
example.
persistent homology
But persistent homology
can distinguish like triangle
persistent
from
homology
other
can
triangle
distinguish
in this slide,
light
like this.
triangle from other triangle in this slide. Like
however,
this.
in this slide, the right
however,
side polygon is not
in
the
this
same
slide,
as
the right side polygon is not the same as origin one.
another. So another new mathematical method may be needed to
Another
extract
new
more,
mathematical method may be needed
geometrical
to
information
extract more
of any
geometrical information of any
Now
polygons.
let me introduce the definition of topology.
Now
and
let me
Torquillas.
introduce the definition of topology
Firstly,
and Torquillas.
I'm gonna introduce
Firstly,
the normal
I'm gonna
homology group.
introduce
Let us
the
consider
normal
the
homology
general
group.
points.
Let us consider the general points
Euclidean space.
but
in this study,
n-dimensional
we
Euclidean space.
consider
But
two-dimensional graph.
in this study,
whose vertices
we
is the
consider two-dimensional graph
general point,
whose vertices is
position,
a point at the
and
general point,
its
general
position.
position,
So
and its
capital
in
N is
simplex.
equal to.
So
in this study,
capital N is equal to in this study,
and K let K be
and K
and consider
let K be
chain of
simplex,
K like this,
and consider
C, Q,
a Q chain of K like this.
So
C,
then
Q,
we can
K.
define the homomorphism.
So then
CQ
we can define the
to
homomorphism
CQ minus 1K
CQ
like this.
K to CQ minus 1K like this.
And this homomorphism have
this homomorphism
property.
have
So,
this
by
property.
using this property,
So
we can
by using this
define the
property,
homology
we
group,
can
like this.
define the
And
homology group
measures
like this.
the difference
And
between
homology
kernel
group
set and
measures
image set.
the difference
like this.
between kernel set and image set.
Next,
like this.
I'd like to introduce the definition.
I'd like
to
to introduce the definition
in
of
this
liquid
study, we consider a vector that
in this
represents
study,
we
multiple
consider a vector
exponents
that
of
represents
monomial,
like
multiple exponents of monomial like this.
to define the toric ideal.
To
We
define
have prepared
the toric ideal,
the
we have
polynomial
prepared the
polynomial
polynomial
ring based
ring
on edge and
and
vertices of
polynomial
the
ring
graph,
based
like
on
this.
edge and vertices
then
of
we
plane
define
graph like this.
homomorphism phi like this.
And then we define
the kernel
homomorphism
set
phi
of
like
phi
this.
is called the
Then
toric
the
ideal
kernel
of,
set of phi
set
is
A.
called the toric ideal of set A.
This is an calculation example of toric
This
ideal.
is an
Let us
example
consider,
calculation example of toric
the
ideal.
homomorphism
Let us
phi
consider
like this.
the
And
homomorphism
is
phi like
defined
this,
as,
and phi
like this.
is defined as
Then
like this.
we can compute
Then we can compute
element of
uh,
kernel phi
the,
like this. So
element of kernel phi
then
like
next,
this. So
finally
then
we
next,
can get the element of toric ideal.
finally we
like
can
this.
get the element of toric ideal like this.
Here, here it shows
Here,
the toric ideal and
here it shows
information
the
of
toric ideal
homology
and
group.
the information of
In this case,
homology
in this
group.
example, the
In this case, in this example, the one-dimensional homology group
like this with
is
the dimension
calculated
is 2.
by like this.
So
The dimension is 2.
in this case, two
So,
squares.
In this case, two
correspond
squares
to the information with dimension
correspond
of,
to the
homology group.
information with dimension
And
of
blue square
homology group,
and orange
and
square
blue square
adjacent
and orange
adjacent,
square
like this. So it can be
adjacent
confirmed
adjacent
with Brebner
like this.
base
So
of
it
toric
can be
ideal.
confirmed
Because
with
the
Brebner
element
base
of,
of toric ideal.
kernel
Because
set,
the element of
is 2.
kernel
like
set
this.
is 2, like this.
So this slide shows the relation between the homology
So
group
this
and
slide
toric ideal.
shows the relation between
The
the
dimension
homology
of
group and
homology
toric
group
ideal.
and the number of
The
generators
dimension
toric
of
ideal
homology
are
group
coincide.
and the number of generators of toric ideal are coincide.
And the generator changes according to
And
the
the generator
term order
changes
according to the term order
like this,
and in this
like
case
this.
toric ideal could
And
capture
in this case,
the feature of
toric
the
ideal
polygon
could capture the feature
better.
of the
because
polygon
this term
better.
corresponds to
Because
the outer
this
square
term
like this
corresponds to the outer square like this.
So let me summarize
So,
this example.
Let me
summarize,
this
The
example.
result means that
And
the graph has
the result
three
means
closed
that
curve
the
like this.
graph
One,
has
two, three.
three closed curves.
It can
like
be
this.
seen
1,
that
2,
there is a
3.
relationship between
It can
the
be
number
seen
of
that
closed
there
curves
is a
contained in
relationship
the polygon
between the
and
number
the
of closed
number of
curves
generators
contained
of
in
the
the
toric
polygon
ideal.
and the number of generators of the
However,
toric ideal.
This proposition holds.
However, this proposition holds.
Binomial expressions associated with
Binomial expressions associated with closed
like
curves
this
may not be
toric
generators
ideal
of
cannot
toric
be
ideal
generated
like this.
unless the number of
Toric ideal cannot be generated
vertices
unless the number of
plane graphs is
vertices
in this case
of plane graph is even.
So,
In this case,
but as this proposition,
as this proposition
as
this proposition shows,
does
in
not
some
correspond
case,
to
the
closed
generator
curve.
of toric ideal
However,
does not correspond to a closed
there are
curve.
some methods for solving this problem.
There are some
I'd like
methods
to talk
for solving this problem.
technique,
I'd like to talk
opportunity.
this technique another opportunity. Finally, let me show you the concrete example of data analysis in informatics medical. This figure is eye movement data during blood sampling. The data with a line segment by connecting the data with a line segment in time series order. Then we can get a point graph like this. So let me conclude the study. Since various polygons are included in those data, our future work is to develop the method polygons that can calculate the future of polygons. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your listening.
May I request Dr. Uday Dolas, Professor, Department of Mathematics, CSAPG College, Sehor, Madhya Pradesh, to kindly present the paper. Kindly, please, sir.
My paper titled A Common Fixed Point Theorem in Fuzzy Metric Space using common EA-like property. Next. In this paper, we are proving a common fixed point theorem for mapping satisfy common common EA-like property in fuzzy metric space have generalized the results of Jane exact law in the rational infinities. But fuzzy metric space, common EA-like property, and weak compatible space. Introduced the 1965 JEDEC and introduced the concept of fuzzy set. Following the concept of fuzzy sets, Primolis and Black introduced the concept of fuzzy metric space in 1975. George and Viramani modified the notion of fuzzy metric space with the help of continuous t-norm, which show a very view for the further development of analysis in such of cases. It has been seen that the study of Primolis and Leclerc of fuzzy metric space covered almost all the points in the way for developing this theory to the field of fixed point theorem. In particular, for the study of contractive type maps, they have also shown that every metric induces a fuzzy metric. Mr. Singh proved Gueric's fixed point theorem using the concept of semi-compatibility, compatibility, and implicit relation in the fuzzy matrix. The Kumar and Pan have given a common fixed point theorem for two pairs of compatible mapping satisfying expansion type condition in probabilistic Menger space. Recently, Jain they improved the result of Kumar and Pant by the dropping the condition of continuity of the mapping and using the semi and weak compatibility of the mapping in place of compatibility. In this paper, the two common fixed point theorems for mappings satisfying common EA-like property in fuzzy metric space which generalize the result of chain and rational. It is main result. A metric space extends the compatible metric space where the compatible T norm satisfy T star T greater than equal T for all the T belongs to 0, 1. Let A be ST with the self-mapping of fuzzy metric space satisfying the following conditions. Number 1. For every xy belongs to xt is greater than 0, h is greater than 1, m of x byst smaller than equal to minimum of the m as xxt m t y p t y t rmx vyt plus smx tyt on rmbyt says where r and s is greater positive. With the rs cannot be simultaneously zero. Other than pairs as bt satisfy common ea like property. Pairs as bt are weakly common. Then a b s t have a unique common fixed point in x. That's the proof of theorem. The two as bt satisfy common like a property to sequence x and y and in such that cases limit that z. Suppose z belongs to sx px. Now that we have the relations, we have get that m a u z t m q z t. Then there is a lot of calculation with that to prove az as z, bz, tz is equal to g. As the z is common fixed point of abs. To prove uniqueness, we suppose that P and Q, you are very well that P and Q are the two common fixed point of ABST, such that P not equal to Q, then the form here. Lemma 2.2 also implies that P is equal to Q. A remark, the previous theorem are not required the completeness of the space. Replacing semi-compatible mapping by common EA-like property, we have generalized the results of step chain using region. For some reference, a main is number 2 Banach as the theorist does the operation. Then the 7, a note of fixed point theorem of Hardage Fuzzy main. Again, there's 11 Jain A Basha and Prasad fixed point theorem in fuzzy metric space for semi-compatible mapping. Helva also that. And the last one is 21 Singh B and Jain semi-compatible, compatible and fixed point theorem for fuzzy metric space.
May I now request Mr. Keshav Kumar and Mr. A. Sridhar from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, Telangana, and G. Narayanamma Institute of Technology and Science for Women, Hyderabad, to kindly present their paper. Sir, kindly please.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the presentation. And today, my name is S. Sridhar, and my co-author Keshav Kumar K are going to present a paper titled "Redefining Teaching Learning Spaces from Blackboard to Broadband in Conducting Engineering Mathematics Course During COVID-19 Lockdown." Today's my contents for the paper presentation will be traditional classes versus online classes and the three phases of online learning, that is delivery, engagement and assessment. And the third one is delivery of courses and its types, engaging of students online and its types, assessments of the students and its types, and finally references. Let me continue with my traditional classes versus online classes. Where in olden days we started with the Gurukul system. Once we moved to the chalk and talk process, and later we used some technological aids. But during this COVID-19 lockdown, it is turned into a digital teacher. The transformation has taken into the digital teacher. My paper explains that how a digital teacher can be effective during the online sessions, online classrooms. So in respect of this one, we followed the implementation of the PDSA model, that is nothing but plan, do, study and act model for digital learning environment. So this plan, do, study model is actually divided into 4 quadrants, where plan is the first quadrant. In that we develop the education process and materials, and into quadrant of the model we deliver education as planned. And in the third part of the quadrant, study model, we review the evaluation from the students and facilitators. In the act model, revise education process or its materials for the students. Next, coming to the digital online learning environment, the best three practices as a digital teacher has to use is online delivery of content, online engagement of the students, online e-assessment. For effective online delivery, and a digital teacher can use the content like recorded sections, interactive learning structure interventions, project-based learning, and etc. So that these are the things which help in for this effective online delivery. For online engagement of the students and online assessment, I'll come to the later part of my slides. Come to that online delivery. While he is delivering the lecture, so he has to take care of some of the points which are going to affect his teaching while during the online classworks. So first one is get good webcam, minimal background noise, good lighting, keep your points prepared, and you need to check the students always that whether the students are active or not. Pleasant dressing, weekly roundups combined with the guest sessions, and choosing of virtual backgrounds and choose of white zones are also very essential for effective online delivery. Now coming to the engagement of the classes during the online classes, not only teaching, but we need to engage the students in online always to be more effective and more related to the classworks. And for that purpose, we can use gamification, social media classrooms like WhatsApp and all those WhatsApp and etc. And storytellings, use of eduturns and cartoons and puzzles are also very important things which we can use types of engagements during online classes. Next, for assessment of the students during the online classworks, we can use the apps like Kahoot app, Edpuzzle, Edmodo, or the online test like Google Quiz are also very important for to check the standards of the students up to what extent they learned here. And these are some of the references which I have used to write my paper to present here. Thank you all, everyone. Thank you very much.
May I request Mr. Shahir Hussain Malik, research scholar, Jamia Millia Islamia, Central University, New Delhi, to kindly present the paper. Mr. Hussain Malik, kindly please.
Good evening, everyone. I am Shakir Hussain Malik and doing a PhD in Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, Jamia Millia Islamia, under the supervision of Professor M.I. Qureshi, and my PhD specialization is spatial functions, and I am here to present a paper, hypergeometric representations of some mathematical functions via Maclaurin series. First, we know it is introduction part. In this paper, we shall use the following standard notations. The symbols denote the sets of complex numbers, real numbers, natural numbers, integers, positive and negative real numbers respectively, and also we use the Pochhamber symbol, which is defined by alpha p is equal to gamma of alpha plus p upon gamma of alpha. That can also be written as, if we put the value of alpha and p. Next is generalized hypergeometric function of one variable, a natural generalization of the Gaussian hypergeometric series to f1 alpha beta gamma z, where alpha beta are numerator parameters and gamma is denominator parameter and z is argument. Thus, the resulting series of equation number first is known as the generalized hypergeometric series, or simply the generalized hypergeometric function. And also we note that the series defined by equation first converges for mod of z is less than infinity if p less or equal to q, converges for mod of z less than 1 if p is equal to q plus 1, and it diverges for all z is not equal to 0 if p greater than q plus 1. And also we use these results relation between inverse hyperbolic and inverse trigonometric functions, Leibniz theorem, Maclaurin series. These are my main results: some hypergeometric forms involving arcsine function and logarithmic function. When mod of x is less than 1, then following hypergeometric forms hold true. Sine inverse x upon under root of 1 minus x square is equal to x 2f1. 1 is numerator parameter and 3 upon 2 is denominator parameter, and x square is the argument. See on equation 6. And second one is sine inverse x ka whole square, which is equal to x square 3 up 2 and argument is x square. Third one is sine inverse x, which is equal to x 2f1 and argument is x square. And fourth one is log e 1 minus x power 1 upon x ka whole power minus 2 upon x, which is equal to 2f1 and its argument is x. This is its proof of hypergeometric form 6. Now if we consider the following function, y is equal to y of x, which is equal to sine inverse x upon under root of 1 minus x square, that is under root of 1 minus x square into y, which is equal to sine inverse x. See equation 10. Now if we put the value of x is 0 in the equation 10, we get y of 0 is equal to 0. Now differentiate the equation 10 with respect to x and use product rule. After simplification, we get 1 minus x square into y1 minus xy, which is equal to 1. Now if we put x is equal to 0 in this equation, we get y1 of 0, which is equal to 1. Again differentiate the equation 12 with respect to x and use product rule. After the simplification, we have 1 minus x square into y2 minus 3xy1 minus y, which is equal to 0. Now again if we put x is equal to 0 on equation number 14, we get y2 of 0, which is equal to 0. Now finally differentiate the equation 12 n times with respect to x and apply Leibniz theorem. We obtain the equation number 16. Now if we put x is equal to 0 in equation 16, we get yn plus 1 of 0, which is equal to n square, yn minus 1 of 0, where n is greater or equal to 2. Now if we put the value of n is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 in the equation 17, we get these results. Now we can write the recurrence relation of equation number 17 is ym of 0, which is equal to m minus 1 ka whole square ym minus 2 of 0, where m is greater or equal to 2. Now when we put m is equal to 2n, means that when we put the value of m is even, then we get y2n of 0, which is equal to 0. And also when we put the value of m is 2n plus 1, that is value of m is odd, then y2n plus 1 of 0, which is equal to 2n ka whole square y2n minus 1 of 0. And after some simplifications, we get the equation number 24, 4 power n into n factorial ka whole square. Now finally using Maclaurin series and also we know that the function sine inverse x upon under root of 1 minus x square is an odd function, so that the even coefficients of its Maclaurin expansion vanish. That is y is equal to 0 plus summation n is equal to 0 to infinity x power 2n plus 1 4 power n into n factorial ka whole square upon 2n plus 1 factorial. And now some simplification and also using the definition first, we get the required hypergeometric form of equation number 6. Proof of hypergeometric form 7. Now consider the following function y is equal to y of x, which is equal to sine inverse x ka whole square. Now if we put x is equal to 0 in this equation, we get y of 0, which is equal to 0. Now differentiate this equation with respect to x, we get under root of 1 minus x square into y1, which is equal to 2 sine inverse x. Now if we put x is equal to 0 in this equation, we get y1 of 0, which is equal to 0. Now differentiate this equation with respect to x and use product rule, and after simplification we get 1 minus x square into y2 minus xy1, which is equal to 2. Now if we put x is equal to 0 on this equation, we get y2 of 0, which is equal to 2. Now again differentiate the equation 29 with respect to x and use product rule. After simplification, we have 1 minus x square into y3 minus 3xy2 minus y1, which is equal to 0. Current equation number 31. Now differentiate the equation 29 n times with respect to x and apply Leibniz theorem. We obtain equation number 32. Now if we put x is equal to 0 in the equation 32, we get yn plus 2 of 0, which is equal to n square into yn of 0, where n is greater or equal to 2. Now if we put the values of n is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the equation 33, we get these equations. Now after that we can write the recurrence relation of this equation number 33, ym of 0, which is equal to m minus 2 ka whole square ym minus 2 of 0, where m is greater or equal to 2. Now if we put the value of m is 2n, means that value of m is even, then we get y2n of 0, which is equal to 2n minus 2 ka whole square y2n minus 2 of 0. And after some simplification, we get the equation number 39. Now if we put the value of m is 2n plus 1, means that the value of m is odd, we get y2n plus 1 of 0, which is equal to 0. Now using Maclaurin series, and also we know the function sin inverse x ka whole square is an even function, so that the odd coefficients of its Maclaurin expansion vanish. That is y is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity x power 2n plus 1 upon 2n factorial y2n of 0. And after that we find equation number 41. In equation 41 we replace n by n plus 1, we get y is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity x power 2n plus 2 to power 2n plus 1 n factorial ka whole square upon 2n plus 2 factorial. And after some simplification and also using the definition first, we get the required hypergeometric form of equation number 7. Similarly, we can prove the hypergeometric form of equation number 8. In this the function sin inverse x is an odd function, so that even coefficients of its Maclaurin expansion vanish. And finally, the proof of hypergeometric form 9. In this, when we put y is equal to log of e1 minus x power 1 upon x ka whole power minus 2 upon x, and applying log m power n, and also some simplification, and also using log 1 minus x expansion is this, and also some simplification and using the definition first, we get the required hypergeometric form of equation number 9. Finally, hypergeometric forms involving inverse hyperbolic sine function. In this, replacing x by iota x in both sides of equation 6, 7, 8, and using the relation second, we obtain the following hypergeometric forms of the functions involving inverse hyperbolic sine function. When mod of x is less than 1, then following hypergeometric forms hold true. You can see on equation number 59, 60, and 61. These are some references you can see. Thank you.
May I request Mr. Sunny Kumar Sharma, research scholar, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Jammu and Kashmir, to kindly present the paper. Kindly, Mr. Sunny.
Hello everybody. Myself Sunny Kumar Sharma. I am a research scholar at the School of Mathematics, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra. Today I am going to present. Today I am going to present an article entitled as Metric Dimension of Heptagonal Circular Ladder. And now we start with the introduction of graph theory and the metric dimension. And this is graph theory is the branch of mathematics concerned with the networks of points connected by lines. The origin of graph theory was started much earlier in the year 1736, when the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler presented a solution to the problem known as seven bridges of Königsberg. Graph theory has wide range of applications in many areas like computing, social, natural sciences, and is a jovial playground for the exploration of proof technique in discrete mathematics. The concept a metric basis f of a graph phi is a subset of nodes of least cardinality with the endpoint that all different nodes are extraordinarily dictated by their separation to the nodes in the set F. The metric dimension of the graph phi is the cardinality of the subset F. The concept of resolving set was introduced independently by P.J. Slaughter in 1975 and Melter and Harari in 1976, while the concept of resolving set and that of the metric dimension was defined much earlier by Alan Blumenthal in his monograph Theory and Applications of Distance Geometry. Application of these invariants are to the problems of image processing and pattern recognition, to the navigation of robots in networks, application in sciences, and problems of verifications and network discoveries. Now we comes to our preliminary sections. In this, the first definition is of a resolving set. For an ordered subset F of vertices of a graph phi and a vertex alpha of phi, the metric representation of the vertex alpha with respect to the set F is the ordered Z tuple, as the set F contains the Z vertices and is defined like that. In the event that each pair of unmistakable vertices of the graph phi have distinctive metric representation, then the arranged set F is known as resolving set, or in other words, repeating set. Now we comes to the next definition, the meter dimension. The meter dimension of the graph phi is the minimal number of vertices in a set with the property that the distance from any vertex to those in the set exceptionally distinguishes that vertex. The meter dimension or the location number of the graph phi is the cardinality of the subset F of the graph phi, and is denoted by dimension of phi or beta of phi, and officially it can be denoted like that. Now we comes to the independent resolving set. So if a subset T of a arrangement of vertices of the graph phi is both resolving and independent, then that set is termed as independent resolving set. Now the important result that we used in our study was given by Kuller and et al. and is let A be a subset of vertices of psi be the basis set of the connected graph psi of cardinality 2, and say A contains two vertices var pi and psi, then the following 3 points are true. Between the vertices var pi and psi, there exists a unique shortest path P. The valencies, or we can say degrees, of these vertices can never exceed 3, and the degree of any other vertex on the path P can never exceed 5. Now we comes to our main intersection, or we can say that our main work constitutes the metric dimensions of the plane graph gamma n. The graph gamma n, actually first we see this this graph is known as heptagonal circular ladder, and we denote it by the symbol gamma n. It has 4 n nodes and 5 n edges. The plane graph gamma n consists of n seven-sided faces and an n-sided face and a 2 n-sided face. Then the result we obtain from this graph is that let gamma n be the plane graph defined above, then for every natural number such that n is greater than or equal to 6, it has meter dimension 3. Now our second theorem regarding our main work is that the meter dimension of the plane graph is sigma n, where sigma n is a graph obtained from the plane graph gamma n by putting an edge between the nodes RL and RL plus 1. So this plane graph sigma n consists of 4 n nodes and 6 n number of edges, and it has n 3-sided faces, n 6-sided faces, and n n-sided face and a 2 n-sided face. The result regarding this graph is that let sigma n be the plane graph defined above, then for every natural number n such that n is greater than or equal to 6, it has meter dimension 3. Now our last theorem consists of section consists of the plane graph. The meter dimension of the plane graph epsilon n is the epsilon n is the graph again obtained from the very first graph heptagonal circular ladder by putting an edge between RL and PL plus 1, and this graph consists of 4 n nodes and 6 n number of edges, and it has n 4-sided faces and 5-sided faces and an n-sided face and a 2 n-sided face. The result regarding this graph is that let epsilon n be the plane graph defined above, then for every natural number such that n is greater than or equals to 6, it has meter dimension 3. Now in our last section, or in conclusion, we have obtained that the meter dimension of the radially symmetrical plane graph heptagonal circular ladder, and also studied that the meter dimension of some families of the plane graph sigma n and gamma n, which are obtained from the radially symmetric graph heptagonal circular ladder gamma n by the addition of new edges in gamma. We have proved that the meter dimension of these families of plane graph is finite and is independent of the number of nodes in these. in these graphs, and only 3 nodes selected appropriately are sufficient to resolve all the nodes of these families of the plane graph. We have also observed that the metric dimension of these families of plane graphs sigma n and epsilon n is same as the metric dimension of the radially symmetrical graph gamma n, or we can say heptagonal circular ladder. In the theorem 4, we observed that the basis set W is independent, whereas in theorem 2 and 3 it is not. And an open problem naturally arises from the text is that does there exist an independent resolving set for both of the plane graph gamma n and sigma n? And these are the references that we are used in our study. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I thank each and everyone for presenting the paper. Now we shall move on for interaction. Kindly click the interaction or discussion live in Zoom button just below this, and you will be taken to the Zoom. Chairperson will interact, and the other paper presenters can also clarify their doubts, if any, and we as organizers will also announce few things for tomorrow. Thank you very much.